Hello, welcome back to M Angel Says. I'm M Angel and I am reviewing the Bachelor Colton season 23, I believe. And this episode, The Women Tell All. My favorite episode in every Bachelor season, where drama. And this episode was nowhere short of it. It was in abundance. It was delicious. We have so much to talk about. So let's begin. Chris, he introduces everything like a game show. This felt like a very old episode of Maury or something. It was so corny. Or like Dr. Phil with the music. He said Colton is lost. He's not lost. He's on Instagram. I see him all the time. But then they mentioned, is the show over? And I was like, yo, I didn't even think about that. Like he could cancel everything. He won't. But I am very interested about how things will develop in the next final episodes. That's true. I didn't even think about that. He's also like, will he remain a virgin? They got jokes. They are not taking this seriously. The writers and the editors, I love them. Okay, so I guess it's a running joke, the shots of Colton in the shower. The editors just love it so much. So they keep showing us Colton in the shower. Again, I was like, why? They showed us a montage of Bachelor tears. They're really trying to make this fence jump become an iconic, just infamous moment in Bachelor history. Okay, I guess. Not really. He wasn't crying or wailing. He just like walked to a fence and jumped. I'm still amazed by how he just like whoosh, jumped over that fence like it was nothing, like they were springing his legs. Amazing. Like, wow, Colton. Courtney did mention, how can he choose one of the girls after he professed his love to Cassie? Like, this is gonna be very awkward. That's true, you don't want to be the girl he settles for, or yeah, it's just a weird thing to do. But then again, this whole thing is weird, you know, they're dating people at the same time. So it's kind of realistic to be like, yeah, you're in a relationship with someone that you fight for and then it doesn't work out. Then you're in another relationship that works out. But if it's at the same time, you kind of want to be with a person who like didn't feel the need to fight for anyone else, because in the back of his mind he's like, yeah, but I'm gonna end up with her. So I don't know. Hannah spoke and she was so normal. I was like, oh, they've adjusted her meds. Good for her. I think maybe all she needed was a good night's sleep, or maybe she watched the show and she learned a lot about herself. They did a very dramatic season recap and they had a lot of footage that we didn't see during the season. Girls were saying things that we've never been exposed to. It was like rough. A lot of insulting things. Courtney was not happy. Demi's such a kid. She loves this. She's just like smiling and enjoying all this. I love her clap back. She was like, girl, get it together. Leave me alone. Say Demi. It's hard to say. Oh, Anyeka, she keeps like feeding me up. I'm fed up with her. She talks about, I just voice what everyone else is thinking. That doesn't make me a bully just because I'm just like speaking for everyone else. Who appointed you reporter of the house? I'm gonna just use other people's words. Why would you unless you agreed with them too? You're hiding behind other people's words. That's cowardly. That's hypocritical. If you have something to say, own it and use your own voice in your own head. Can you not use your own thoughts? What? You ain't gotta tell nobody nothing. You ain't gotta tell people what other people are saying. That's just gossipy. That's just bad. Oh my God, I realized that Elise wasn't there. Shocker, oh my gosh. She was probably like, I'm too grown for this. Leave me alone. Chris know he wrong. He asked Nicole, you got emotional during the montage. Chris, we all know Nicole is emotional. He was just trying to be a mess. This whole evening, Chris was messy. Oh my God, the shade. Then it just begins, the back and forth between Anyeka and Nicole. Woo! We got two things here that I've already mentioned before. Nicole is way overly sensitive and she makes her fragility and insecurities everybody else's responsibility. It's at a certain point, girl, you have to just like take it, okay? And at the same time, Anyeka is rude AF, kind of a mean girl, dishonest and cowardly and kind of wicked. She doesn't exhibit the best behavior from what I've gathered. She just smiles the whole time, just like, oh, you got feelings, I don't care about it. Sorry I didn't hug you enough. Like, rude. Then I love how Nina came back with the like, Nicole, I'm sorry, but you need to stop saying you were bullied because no one agrees with you in the house. That's a very strong statement and quite a grave accusation. As a person who has been bullied, she says, Nina, my Croatian girl, Hrvatska forever. Yeah, I know what bullying is and that's not bullying, so could you stop being such a victim all the time? I agree with her. Nicole, hush, okay? I don't know if you could always classify it as bullying. Maybe there are degrees to bullying. But Nicole needs to stop. Like this whole, yes, too sensitive, victim mentality. It's unattractive and not cool. To be fair, I don't know what went on in the house, so I can't speak. I can only speak from what I'm gathering. And I love how Nina even called her out. She's like, you're one to speak, Nicole. You've said some really mean things. Like, she's not pretty enough to get a rose from Colton. So, woo, the tea is being spilled all over the place. Pour that tea, girl. Pour it all over the stage. Excuse me? Courtney comes to Nicole's partial defense. And Anyika's like, yeah, well, I didn't leave like a coward like you. What in the name of bejesus are you talking about? Her departure was mature and honorable and made a million sense. Instead of waiting for Colton to cut her, she realized that it wasn't working out between them. This wasn't what she wanted, and she preemptively removed herself from the situation, like a mature adult grown woman would. Hello, what's wrong with you? A coward? Anyika just got nothing to say. She has nothing to say. Demi has revealed herself to be such an actress. She loves attention. She loves being big with her actions and her reactions. What? Oh my God. Like, always kind of being vocal and trying to get attention on her. I guess that's her immature side really coming out. I love this girl in many ways, but yeah, I don't know. She seeks attention too hard and too much. Sometimes it's kind of sad. You know, it's a bit like, girl, it's not a good look. You know, I love this girl to bits, honestly. She's just one of the most confident women, and I admire a lot of her qualities. I'll put it that way. We finally get to Katie. Who knew she was a Valley girl? She talks like a Valley girl. Yeah, I've got things to say, and like, I was friends with them. I was like, Katie? I didn't know you were one of them. She finally is asked, who are you talking about? Because, yeah, Cassie, Kaylin, one of the C's. Kaylin brings up a good point. She's like, you alluded to people not being here for the right reasons. You left Colton in the dark. And now every relationship is put into question. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Put your big girl panties on and name some names if you're really gonna call people out. Yeah, I agree with her. So Katie says it. Yeah, I was talking about Cassie and Kaylin. Come at me, girls. What you want? And then we get into this whole talk where Kaylin's trying to explain that, look, let me talk about the whole Bachelorette conversation. Me and Cassie are besties. And we were just talking about, like, I never said that, like, I was going to win this competition, because Katie was really touched and disturbed by the fact that they were talking about winning this competition or winning the show or winning Colton, and she felt like this isn't something you win. It's either it works out in a relationship or it doesn't. Again, I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand, but you are on reality TV trying to find love. So let's stop acting like this isn't what it is. You know, you might find love, but it is kind of a game show. It kind of is. They have stunts and editing and blah, blah, blah. Kaylin denies ever saying anything like winning. She was talking about, like, if I'm the one who gets engaged at the end of this, she was saying for her best friend, she would hope that she gets selected to be the Bachelorette so that she could also go down this journey and find true love, because that's the only way to find it, right? Of course, the Bachelorette. Kaylin, stank. What is this, Lizzie McGuire? How old are you? Trying to then you can have a bae on the Oof. And when Kaylin says, and then I talked on the phone with Katie after all of this happened, and she said exactly what I just said. She didn't say any of this. Katie's face dropped. She was in utter shock, and I felt her shock. She was genuinely disgusted. And I love what she said, I am shaking. I am so angry right now, because she is lying. I know what that feels like. When you are faced with someone who lies like so easily, like it's breathing for them, it's like you're faced with so much irrationality and such a disrespectful, crazy person. There's no way of entering into a reasonable discussion with such a person, right? Because they're just gonna lie. They're just gonna lie. They're gonna shut you down. Whatever you say is not gonna come across. It's futile. It's not worth it. So Katie's just like, look, Hannah was right. This girl is a manipulator. She is a liar. A liar. Wow. And I'm honestly proud of myself, because I picked up on it very early on that Kaylin seemed like a master manipulator and disingenuous, but I didn't want to believe it. And yet it seems to be confirmed. Look at the way she's like, they're lying. She's just saying lies right now. If somebody was lying about me, best believe if my honor is being put into question, I would be pissed. I would be like, girl, first of all, how dare you come up with these things? You are misremembering things. This is how it happened. This is what I said. How dare you paint me in a light that is unfavorable and untrue? If I had said something, I would own it. Katie even said, I thought coming here that homegirl would be like, look, yes, we talked about the Bachelorette. I'm sorry I said those things. You gotta mentally prepare yourself for the possibility that Colton's not gonna choose you. So that's what Katie expected Kaylin to say. She did not expect her to lie, like just bull-faced lie and be like, this never happened, that conversation never happened. Katie's lying right now. I'm just not gonna address it. Someone that poised is calculating and scary. Hannah was so happy when Katie shouts her out for having called it and telling everybody, warning everybody about Kaylin. She's just like, yes, I told y'all batches a long time ago. You didn't want to believe me. Even Kerpa chimed in to confront her with a concerned voice. Yeah, but like, honestly, you even said that to me. Demi's face right now, she's just like, whoa, caught in the crossfire. I don't want no part of this. I got my own battles. Oh, wow. The tea. The tea. Oh my God. These women are spilling the tea. Apparently she was talking about sliding up in the DMs of former contestants or people on the show. Oh. Bachelor Nation, are you hearing this? Am I hearing? Wow. So. And you know, corporate Kerpa, she don't play. So she probably heard this and was appalled at the idea that there's a girl out here who's not taking this very serious endeavor seriously and who's just out here looking for fame and going to hurt Colton. No, not with Kerpa. Kerpa's concerns, the cuss sound this season. Kerpa's concerns were founded. That's not a good look if you were talking about sliding into other men's DMs, especially if you don't own it. Like, if you're denying it, now you look shady as funk. I would own it. I'd be like, look, y'all know I love Ben. I love Colton, and yes, I was trying to win his heart. But when I think about the possibility of Colton picking Hannah G over me, because look at those two, I'm already thinking about plan B, and that's plan Ben. Okay, let's keep it real. I would own it. The fact that she's not owning it makes her look even stankier. Now, who the fudge is Jane piping up? Girl, stay in your lane. Sit down. Be humble. We don't even know you, Jane Doe. Exactly. Sit down and stay out of this. Did they give her a lot of alcohol? She seemed drunk. Kaylin, I just want to say, I think that you were super, poised and, very graceful, and you didn't talk about the other girls. Woo! They probably, inebriated that poor little one so that she could just look a fool. And yes, maybe it is classy of Kaylin for not bad-mouthing the other girls in front of Colton, but to me, it made sense because A, she's manipulative and she knows that looks bad on you. That's a bad move. So obviously she would avoid that because she's trying to look as perfect as possible for him. And two, she's a victim card player. So she had, I'm sorry to say, and I know how it's gonna sound, the rape card. When you pull that out, you don't need to badmouth any of the other girls because you've already set yourself up as someone that needs to be taken care of, that is all fragile, and you share something very emotional with the guy. Now you guys are bonded because you've opened up to him. Two things can be true, okay? You can A, survive a sexual assault, and that is a horrible, disgusting, I'm not even getting, the worst thing in the human universe world that can happen. And you can also be a shady person, manipulative and deceitful. Bad things happen to bad people. I'm not saying she's a bad person, but I'm saying she's not a saint. People usually think, oh my God, you're a victim. They prefer survivor, but still, you're a victim, you must be a saint. That's not how it works. R. Kelly. Case in point. Hannah is asked to go into her past with Kaylin. She's like, no, I don't want to go into that. We've dealt with it. We're in a good place now. Everything is fine. I don't believe it for a second. But it is way better to be passive-aggressively smiling at one another than to be catty and openly aggressive. I don't know. Then again, I think I do prefer Demi and Courtney's way of just settling it clear as day. I don't like you, you don't like me, we don't have to interact. Demi time! It's all about Demi. Chris with the shade. So, you senior citizen of you, how are you? Did you have some trouble getting up on the stage? Chris, I know you're playing, but you're shady, yo. Anyhow, she talks about how she was having some very serious conversations with Colton at times, and then Demi was in the background splashing them or whatever. Demi makes a good point. She's like, how am I supposed to know y'all having serious conversations? I'm just being myself, enjoying my life. This is who I am. At the same time, we've talked about how Demi tended to do too much to get his attention and encroach upon other girls' time, and that's a bit disrespectful and immature, sure. But I mean, she made a good point. And then Courtney chimes in because she can't keep her mouth shut. My favorite, Courtney. And then the back and forth, my blood was boiling. Oh, Lordy. I wanted to put the hands on Courtney, which I don't recommend and I would never do in real life. The way Demi handled Courtney was so admirable, with a smile and a laugh and not taking her seriously or letting her get to her in any way. I was in full admiration because Courtney was getting on my last nerves. First of all, she tells Demi that Demi's a child. You're the same age. Calm your butt down. Second of all, she tells her that she should have come up to people that she had issues with and privately discussed them with them, blah, blah, blah. If that's your approach to life, that's great. Doesn't have to be hers. And then when Demi gets into, yeah, well, you were coming up to me all the time, Courtney keeps interrupting and tells her time's up. I'm not gonna let you talk. Excuse me, who the fuck do you think you are? I was pissed, livid, can't believe what I'm seeing. At least Demi has the maturity to let you finish and express yourself. How are you gonna cut her off when you're the one coming for her? Mess. Rude. Disgusting, arrogant. Oh. I'm getting so upset. Demi was just so unfazed, laughing everything off. I was gonna call her Cancer. Wow. Courtney tells her that she was really hurt by the statement cancer of the house because cancer is an illness that takes the lives of so many. Whoa, girl, getting so literal with the term. The way people just use insults. I wouldn't have taken it that deeply, but we all take things seriously in different degrees, right? The way, for me, bullying is serious, but Nicole uses that term like it's nothing, you know? I can understand, and in Demi's place, I would have apologized for using that term, which Demi does. She's like, I kind of apologize, I guess it was rude. Like, Demi, you can at least apologize for that one properly. But then she comes back with what I should have said instead, is that you're a bed bug. I don't notice you, but you come to bite me in the butt. Ooh, tea being poured, scolding hot tea in your face. Courtney, boom, 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 Georgia peach, getting fried all the time. Oh, I loved it. How accurate. A bed bug, bugaboo. Bugging me, bugging you. But Demi's just loving all this attention, like the smile on her face. She's adoring this, and that's where her immaturity comes out. I'm just like, it's unattractive. But at least she's herself and honest about it. It's cute. Oh my God. And then Courtney has the nerve to call her a baby, but she gets up and physically assault. Can we say, yeah, technically this is illegal what she just did. Like, can count as physical assault. Shoves a pacifier in Demi's mouth. I can't believe the nerve of this woman. Are you kidding me? Child, not a woman. How you gonna put some grimy ass, nasty ass pacifier? I don't know where it's been. Where were you keeping it this whole time? Shove it in my mouth. You're gonna have to pay for my medical bills if I got something. Oh my God. That very nice weave would be on the floor. The most immaturity I've ever seen. How dare you? How dare you? Demi just threw that pacifier back at her. I swear I would have gotten up and been like, security for me. Walk me out because it's about to go down. It's about to be a girl fight. And you don't want to see me when I'm at my angriest. To be fair, I've never actually gotten angry and fought anyone. As I said, I hate confrontation and I avoid it like the plague. When I feel uncomfortable, I usually just like cry because I want to punch you, but I will never. So then I'm like frustrated and then I start to cry. So I'm like, I hate you so much, it hurts. I don't know what I would have done in this situation. I really don't know what I would have done. But it just goes to show how much power Demi has over Courtney, that Courtney felt the need to get physically rough because she can't hurt her with words. She couldn't get to Demi. Demi would laugh everything off. They were both kind of laughing about it though. I don't know, was this like whole thing staged? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. The Bachelor is a show, after all. We must be reminded. They've clearly showed us that editing is a huge part of the show, so I'm pretty sure rehearsed scenes, premeditated drama is also part part of the package. Maybe these two are actually friends now, but they were paid to do this. For the right paycheck, I would, right? She had to relive her journey, and reliving the heartache, the heartbreak really got to her. Poor little Demi. I love how authentic she is. She even managed to make Chris laugh with her line about, what'd she say? Yeah, she talked about how Colton being a virgin turned her on. She talks about how she is promiscuous. She just owns who she is. And Chris with the shade. Your immaturity. It's been brought up a lot. How do you feel about that? The way he said that. He could have said, a lot of people kept mentioning the fact that they find you immature. How do you feel about that? No, he said your immaturity, already confirming, like, we all know you're immature. So how does it make you feel that people actually like throw that in your face? Shade. And she's just like, yeah, this is me. I know I'm immature. I know I'm flawed. I love every piece of myself. I embrace it. I don't care. And I find it way more mature than a lot of these women out here who are hypocritical, fake as fudge. They'll act one way to your face, have all these morals and arrogance and high and mighty, and do the opposite behind closed doors, badmouth you behind your back. I ain't like that, so I think I'm better off. And on that note, I do agree with her. I would take a Demi over a Courtney any day of the week. Tracy with her Cruella de Vil-esque makeup, dreadful. Honestly, who did this? They should be sued. She asked her if she was serious about this at any point. Okay, first of all, none of y'all can say that you can come into this process serious. You don't know what to expect. So she said, yeah, no, at first I didn't know what to expect. I was curious coming into it. And by the time we were in Vietnam, I had developed some real feelings for this guy. And I was ready for everything that would come down the line. I wanted it. I was ready. I believe her 1,000,000%. However, she is 23 and she said she's a promiscuous gal. I think that after a year or two of being married to Colton, she would have gotten bored and wanted different things and would have realized, like, I'm way too young to be married. I need to get out of this real quick. So it's for the best. Tears time, Nicole time, the new Ashley I, indeed. If y'all know Ashley I from the previous seasons, she would cry even when she's laughing. She'd be like, why am I crying? And she would laugh and then cry and then laughing. Confusing. Look at Chris with the sneakiness. He is shady. Oh, we're about to talk. Here's some tissue. Nicole said that her mom is a psychologist or psychiatrist. This is a joke, right? No, she must be a failed psychologist because her daughter. Oh my God, I couldn't believe. Confusing. Look, I agree 100,000,000%. It's healthy to cry. It's good to embrace your emotions when you have them. It's normal to have emotions and feelings and to emote. And to express them is very healthy and cool and mature and whatever. However, to cry this much, it just indicates a fragility and an emotional instability that has not been addressed. Girl, I've been that girl who would cry at anything and everything. And I had a lot of emotional baggage. When I've dealt with them, I am now a way more stable person, way more. I cry, because yeah, I'm still a human. And I'm a very emotional and sensitive person, yes. However, normal, well-adjusted people laugh a lot. They have a lot of happy feelings. They don't cry at every single turn. No, Nicole. No, I'm sorry. You can't just be like, it's normal. I was raised this way. I'm Cuban. That is why I cry. My mom is a psychologist. None of these are reasons. Excuses. I'm a woman. No. Canceled. No. She even said it in one of the shots. I'm an emotional wreck. She didn't say I'm an emotional being. A wreck. So she knows she's got problems, okay? She got issues. She needs to deal with them. Don't go to your mom. She's not gonna help you, clearly. She needs a therapist. She needs someone to help her because her vibration is like this. Like, if you were to see a person's aura or wave, she's like a vibrational mess. I love her to death. Don't mistake this. I'm yelling at you because I'm like frustrated that she would let people believe that it's not indicative of something being vibrationally off with her. Anyhow, that is her life lesson, I guess, her journey to figure that out, not mine. I bless her soul. She got free ice cream for life, which was super random, product placement. Didn't make any sense at all. Has she mentioned that she liked ice cream at any point? We never saw that, so it felt really out of place. She was super happy. Of course, it's ice cream. I want some ice cream now. I'm gonna get some ice cream after this. But it was just like, wow, they even got Colton eating it in the shower. Ridiculous, but okay. I love Chris is like, oh, it's my Oprah moment. You get ice cream and you get ice cream. Everyone gets ice cream. I love it that he was like, Oprah moment, because she's the queen of hosting. And he paid homage and respected that. And that pleased me. Hannah Beast time. Okay, Hannah. She has clearly grown from this experience. The interview with her was very level-headed. She acknowledged all the things that I had seen, and I'm again proud of myself for being so perceptive. Oh, girl, go. Or the show was just really good at editing to make it obvious. I don't know. But she did acknowledge that she tends to be the person she thinks everybody wants her to be, aka fake. And she's working on it, and she noticed that she has a lot of growing to do. And I love that she said that she wants someone to love her fiercely. She deserves it. Yes, girl, own it. You deserve a love, someone to choose you every day, she said. Words to live by. Yes, that's what everybody wants. You want to be with someone who has no doubt about you, and they fight for you. It was really nice to see her break down those facades and just speak like a normal person. I really appreciated it. Kaylin time. Woo! In her recap, she really talked about her feelings for Colton. A lot more than we'd heard on the show. She emphasized how she felt so blindsided. Man alive, could I relate. Too much Hannah. Being blindsided is not cool. So maybe she really did think that, I don't know, her manipulation was working, he was falling for her, and she had him in the bag, and we all saw that there was something between them, for sure. And then all of a sudden he's just like, sorry, it's not you. And apparently he had told her he loved her family and all this stuff. So yeah, I can understand you're just like, what in the world just happened? Maybe during the time that they spent apart, she really was opening up to the idea of them being together, and she was accepting that this is a possible future, and I'm actually really excited of going further with him. Maybe. Or all of these are crocodile tears, I don't know. Can't trust her, she's shady. I do agree she deserved to be commended for sharing her sexual assault story with everyone on national TV. That was extremely brave and important. And she said that she still gets messages of people who are sharing their stories with her. I hope they're also sharing it with like therapists and dealing with it, and maybe even like the police, to get justice, seek justice, so that it just doesn't become just stories that we keep to ourselves or share with a few people, but we can call it out and stop the people who do this and teach people to do better. And she was right. This is not a hashtag or an episode of The Bachelor. This is a real thing that needs to be addressed on a grander scale. And I kept thinking, how could as a nation this be addressed and handled? And I'm not too sure. Maybe groups, meetups, get-togethers, maybe the police stations can organize sessions where they're like, come if you've been sexually assaulted. Come to the forum tonight. We're all going to talk about it and report people. We'll hand out forms and tell you how to report a sexual assault. Maybe we need more courses in schools and in college, mandatory courses about consent and sex and behavior and assault and manners, like I said. All of this needs to be addressed. I guess there are solutions. We need to talk about it. It starts with a conversation, and solutions will come. I believe. Colton time. He looks different. He looks so different. Did he straighten his hair? Is it darker? Did he have it dyed before? Is that why? He also looks like he lost weight. I don't know. He just looks different. I like him this way. I don't know what it is. He just looks different. Demi, of course, gets his attention. Hey, Coco. She made some astute observations. I really loved it. She watched back her episodes. Of course, she probably jumped on them. And she realized that she was chasing him and he wanted to be the one to lead, but she was the one leading him. That's what I had said too. So score again for me. I admired how she understood and she got closure from watching herself back. Very mature. Then the immaturity kicked in and she introduces him to Courtney because they never spoke. Shady, immature, but I mean, true. Maybe, I don't know. Courtney did not appreciate. Can you blame her? Kaylin asked for closure. Colton has nothing to say. What the fudge, Colton? How dare you? I was so pissed at him. Useless. I don't have anything to tell you and I don't have anything to offer that would give you closure, so shrug. Are you kidding me? You can't even try? You can't even give me a, after thinking about it, I just felt like we were in a different place or there was something off about us, or I just couldn't trust you, and the person I want to be with, I want to trust what they say to me, but something about the things that were coming out of your mouth and how I received them just didn't work, or my other relationships were stronger. Anything, but I got nothing. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry I'm getting so emotional because for me, if you know me by now, and I talk about this often in many episodes of everything in my life, being left in the dark is the worst feeling for me, I think, in the world. Ghosted, stood up, those things where people just don't give you information, just disappear on you, drives me absolutely wild. I cannot. Woo! It really hurts me. It drives me crazy. It's like, give me any explanation is better than nothing. Nothing? I will never sleep. I will never eat again. That's rude, Colton. Rude. I didn't appreciate that one bit. And he did the same thing with Hannah B. She also kind of laughed through her pain of, you introduced me to your family. I was pissed. If you knew you weren't gonna keep me, why did you introduce me to your family? That was so mean. And he had nothing for her too. And I was extremely, utterly disappointed and knew in that moment that I don't like Colton. That's enough for me to just not like a person. If you don't have explanations for your actions, even if they're terrible, I don't want to know you. I don't want you in my life. I don't want to know. Just, you're canceled. Canceled! Whew. It's important for people to express themselves in my life. I would love to know, how do you feel about all of this? Am I being unreasonable? Am I crazy? I might be a little crazy, but I don't care. What's worse, looking jealous or crazy? Anyhow, just in the comment section, please let me know, how do you feel about people not giving you explanations, ghosting, disappearing, staying quiet? Let me know. I need to know I'm not the only one out here that finds it disrespectful. Hannah was really cool about it though. She wished him the best and happiest ending as she would want for herself. Mature, lovely. See that pageantry kicking in, huh? The happy loser. Oh, it's not me, but I'm so happy you won. Chris makes Colton talk about the fence jump. He, again, has nothing to say except, I felt so good when I did it. He wanted freedom. He wanted space. He needed just time. I don't know. He can't say much because obviously he can't spoil the show because, see, this is a TV show. It's a reality TV show. It's not real life where you can actually talk about things that happen to you. You have to maintain suspense because people are tuning in next week, so how honest are you really? I love that he talked about how this experience made him realize that, oh, just because I'm the Bachelor doesn't mean I'm gonna automatically end up in a relationship. Like, I can get dumped too. Girls can walk away from me. Yes, Colton, like I had said before, his ego needed to be checked, and it was. And I'm glad it was, because he was talking about, my wife has to be, and I want my woman to be. Calm down, boy, okay? It's not property you're buying. Could you have some respect? The bloopers are always fun. They weren't the funnest bloopers I'd seen, but they were fun. Colton sees a stray dog and he kisses it. See, I'm happy. These are the kind of things I need to know in advance. Now I know I'm going to take a guy to a dog if I'm dating him and he doesn't already have one. Because if he kisses that dog, he's never kissing these lips. Are you kidding me? Dogs lick their butts. They lick the streets. You're gonna kiss me with that mouth? No. Jamais. Are you kissing an animal and you're going to kiss me? You must have me confused with a soap dispenser. I mean, no. The bathroom's that way. You crazy, crazy, crazy coconuts. I also loved his nailed it montage. It was hilarious. And then we end with a sequence of him dancing with the outro. Yeah, he cannot dance. That's probably why Sydney walked away. She saw him dance and she was like, no, I'm not doing this. No. Merci, goodbye. Yeah, I don't know about you. I find a guy who can't dance very unattractive. I think I talked about that in the previous episode. If you have rhythm and you can dance, you understand. Do you know how painful it feels to dance off beat? Have you ever tried, as a person who has rhythm, dancing off beat, off rhythm? It felt like pulling teeth. It feels like a crime. I tried doing it and it feels like a crime. It feels like I'm committing a crime against myself. No, I can't. I don't know about you. Whoa, the people I see at the club, they're dancing on their own BPM. Nothing to do with the song. I'm like, what is happening? There must be, in your reality, another song playing. How cool is that? This world, it's just like the whole blue dress, white dress debacle. Like, we all see things differently and hear things differently. I love that. This world is magical. There you have it. I gave it to you. Take it. Hope you like it. That was my review of the Women Tell All. I cannot wait. Next week is the finale. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I had a blast and I cannot wait to see how this ends. Any thoughts, feelings, comment section below. You know what to do. Before you go, like this video, subscribe to Angel Says, turn on the notification bell so you know when a new video drops. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, but I'm most often on Instagram. And take care of yourselves. Yeah. See you soon. Take care. Bye.